promised in our daily show, I've done a lot of reading this morning, lots of topics I wanted to talk about. Just did the 5 success stories from the Great Depression. That's a lot of fun. Take a look at that for what an individual, 2 industries, and 2 companies did to thrive in the Great Depression. That was a great show, I thought. But this one is more about headline watching. Last night, late reading, there's a lot of calls for the Federal Reserve to go negative on interest rates. Right, we've already cut interest rates down to where we were in the Great Recession, and there are lots of talking heads on TV talking about it's time to go negative. What would happen if we went negative? When do we go negative? All kind of assuming that that's where we need to go for the American economy to survive. I actually saw a couple of articles talk about the Fed is going to go negative on interest rates this week. So I thought we should talk about it, sort of what my thoughts are, what it could mean. I'll even share when I think it could happen here. So first and foremost, why would we go negative on interest rates? Right. First off, we wouldn't be first, right? Japan, it has negative rates. And has had them for a while. Many of the EU countries have negative interest rates. So it is certainly in the realm of possibilities. It's certainly something that could happen in this cycle. But I think calling for negative interest rates today or this week is, I don't know, dangerous, stupid, early. Because again, what would negative interest rates or in low interest rates are meant to spark consumption, lending. That's not what's wrong with the economy today. I don't care if interest rates were negative 3%. There's not much more consumption transactions that will occur when you told people to stay home. At the edges, sure, you'll have some companies take advantage. You'll have a lot of people refi debt to lower monthly expenses. But will you have new consumption? Sure, there will be lots of fees for banks because banks will win because of all the refinancing. But will they win long term? I don't know, right? So I don't see negative interest rates happening this week because, again, you would want that cut, that hopefully once in a lifetime cut, to be in conjunction with probably an infrastructure plan to really encourage investment, to encourage banks lending. And you need to do that in an environment where the economy is at least functioning, right? It might be sputtering, but dude, today the economy's shut, doors closed, go home. So it's not going to happen in an environment where we have to worry about social distancing and you can only have half the people in a restaurant and all of those things. We're going to have to get much closer to the other side of this before negative interest rates should really even be considered. But what else happens? All right, who would negative interest rates hurt? First, it's going to hurt consumers, right? There are people who actually have savings, and there's a lot of people that have moved, have gone to cash, myself included, that negative interest rates would hurt. You probably don't want to do that early in a cycle, even though you're only getting 0.5% or 1% on your money. You don't want to hurt folks who are searching for yields and really punish savers, at least not yet, right? You don't want to do that now. Maybe as the economy starts to take off, you throw in some gasoline for a short time and go after it. The other thing that would happen if you went negative is you would inflate asset prices. We already have a great divide in this country. We do not need to help the rich anymore. The rich are the people that have money in stocks. Why do we keep doing things to help the rich? Let's help the middle class. The middle class is getting smoked during this recession or this health event. The poor are getting smoked as well, but the poor, they're getting help. They're getting help, a lot more help than the middle class. I feel for the middle class here. It's unconscionable to think about what is going on in the middle class today. And And doing a negative interest rates doesn't help the middle class. It only helps the rich or the wealthy or whatever you want to call it. So let's stop helping the rich and the wealthy. So what I wanted to talk about is when. I again do not see any reason to cut rates to negative this week. I frankly don't see any reason to cut interest rates to negative until we're on the other side of this. I wouldn't mind negative rates, assuming we were coming out of this like we were on the other side of the curve, right? It's sort of building up, and we want to add. Yes, I saw that. Roland. I think that was Roland. If not, I apologize. But it's crazy. We don't need to do it early. You don't want to do negative interest rates on this part of the down cycle. You want it to be gasoline or accelerant or whatever you want to call it for the other side. You want to get escape velocity if you're going to go negative. So again, if I were to pick a time frame, I don't see negative rates until probably Q1 or Q2 of next year, 2021. Part of me wants to believe, as the reserve currency of the world, that Powell is not going to go negative ever. But I could see for the first time a reason to go negative. But don't go negative early, because it's like you're out of ammunition. I'm not saying the Fed's out of ammunition. What I am saying is you only get one chance to go negative. So if you're going to go negative that one time, use it when it is most helpful. It is not most helpful when the economy is contracting. It is most helpful as you accelerate out of this. And again, we need to do more things to help the middle class. We don't need to bail out the billionaires and the millionaires. They're nearly unscathed from all of this already. We are helping out the poor, as we should. I'm not saying we shouldn't. We should. We absolutely should. But it's that middle class that's just getting smoked. They're getting eaten alive from both sides. And we need to start helping them out, in my opinion. So again, I do not see any reason to go negative this week. Those articles that I saw calling for that are, I don't know if it's wishful thinking or stupid. I'll let you decide. It is far too early. The US going negative like Japan or Europe needs to be done at the right time, not early. Don't do it early. Going negative is a big deal. Once you're negative, who really cares if you're negative 0.1 or negative 0.2? It's the event of going negative that will send shock waves. So hold that back. Don't go early. Use it with maximum impact. All right, let me know what you think about negative interest rates. Are they going to happen? When they're going to happen? Will they ever happen? I'd love to hear from you. What am I going to say? I'm going to say we're not going to go negative ever, or at least in this crisis. If we do go negative, it'll be Q1 of 2021. Let me know what you think. All right, take care.